Once they were unstoppable, an icon and his heir. Kanye West, the genius. Playboi Carti, the enigma. Together they created a moment in hip-hop that felt like the future. Whole Lotta Red, Yeezy runways. Studio sessions filled with smoke, fashion, and fearless experimentation. But now, nothing. Not a single feature, no studio updates, no cosigns, just silence. And in the world of hip-hop, silence always says something. This is the story of how one of music's most unexpected creative partnerships went cold, and why fans are convinced there's more to this than meets the eye. Welcome to the unraveling of Playboi Carti versus Kanye West, the silent beef no one is talking about, but everyone is feeling. Back in 2020, Kanye West wasn't in a good place musically. His Jesus is King era had split his fan base. His presidential run and social media rants were starting to overshadow the music. Ye needed to remind the world who he was, a visionary. Enter Playboi Carti. Carti, the mysterious Atlanta-born rapper with cult-like fans, was gearing up to drop his long-awaited album, Whole Lotta Red. The energy around the album was chaotic. Delays, leaks, fan protests, and pure unpredictability. The only thing people knew was that it would be different. So Carti called in Kanye. Kanye didn't just feature on the album. High Executive produced it. That meant he was in the studio helping shape the sound, guiding the vision, and stamping his approval on a project that felt like punk rock disguised as rap. From the eerie, distorted 808s to the track sequencing, Ye's influence was everywhere. Carti embraced the Yeezy aesthetic, goth, fashion-forward, boundary-breaking. In many ways, Carti was Kanye's dream student, and Ye was Carti's unspoken father figure in the industry, the rare big-name artist who understood him. They weren't just collaborators, they were kindred spirits. But even in the midst of creative harmony, something felt off. Kanye is known for being controlling, especially when he's producing. And Carti? He's a ghost. He disappears, reappears, and does things his way. Sources close to the Whole Lotta Red sessions later revealed that Carti and Ye had creative clashes. Carti reportedly didn't want to promote the album in the way Kanye suggested. He skipped press, avoided interviews, and despite Ye's heavy involvement, Carti gave him barely any public credit. Fans noticed. There was no rollout video featuring Ye, no behind-the-scenes studio moments, no Instagram love. Kanye had executive produced a cult classic and barely got a shout-out. That didn't sit well. Then came the visuals. Carti began building a whole new aesthetic post-WLR, one that felt familiar. High fashion, high mystery, religious symbolism. A bit of Yeezus, a bit of Donda, but no Ye in sight. Was Carti mimicking Ye's legacy while icing him out? Or was he trying to escape Ye's shadow? Either way, things got quiet. Too quiet. In 2024, Kanye returned to music with Vultures. The project was stacked. Ty Dolla King, Northwest, Bump J, Freddie Gibbs, even Travis Scott made an appearance. But there was no Carti. And that was loud. For a while, people assumed Carti was just busy. But when fans dug deeper, they noticed something strange. Carti hadn't mentioned Kanye in any capacity for years. No tweets, no shoutouts, no performances together. Meanwhile, Ye, once known for championing Carti as the future of rap, never mentioned him either. Even when Ye did interviews post-Vultures, he avoided any talk about Carti. Was it intentional? Then came the leaks. A few tracks surfaced with Carti verses that allegedly were meant for Vultures, but they never made the cut. Some claimed Carti backed out, others said Ye removed him. Either way, the connection was severed, and hip-hop noticed. They haven't said anything publicly. But the music speaks. In one Carti leak titled, "Killers and Demons," he raps, "They sold their soul for a post. I stayed in the dungeon, made gold." Fans took that as a shot at artists who seek headlines instead of artistry. Kanye, anyone? Another Carti lyric from a show-only freestyle. "I ain't doing features with clones, I'm the original." And while Carti doesn't name names, the vibe is clear. He feels imitated, undervalued, like his style is being taken. Then Ye on Vultures drops this. "I fathered they sound, now they act like they made it." That could be about anybody, but the shoe fits. Both Carti and Ye are known for subtleties. They won't name drop unless they're ready for war. But the mutual shade? It's thick, and fans are connecting the dots. Multiple industry insiders have quietly pointed to behind-the-scenes drama that caused the rift. One rumor? Carti didn't want to be part of Donda 2. He allegedly skipped studio invites and ignored Ye's attempts to reconnect. Another source says Ye was frustrated Carti wouldn't follow his rollout strategy for Whole Lotta Red and felt used. Add to that Carti's legal troubles, including public disputes with Iggy Azalea and questions around his parenting, and Ye, who's trying to rebuild a certain image, may have decided to distance himself. Then again, Ye himself has been wildly controversial. His anti-Semitic remarks, erratic fashion shows, and constant battles with corporations made him radioactive for many artists. Could Carti have stepped away for his own protection? After all, Carti's team has been strategic. Minimal public controversy, silent moves, major fashion collaborations. Aligning with Kanye during his most chaotic period might have felt like career suicide, but instead of announcing a break, they both chose silence. And sometimes, that's louder than a diss track. Here's the truth. Hip-hop is full of comebacks. Jay-Z and Nas, Kanye and Kid Cudi, Drake and Meek Mill. Beefs end, time heals, and egos shrink when the money's right. But this one feels different, and not because of the anger, but because of the pride. Both Carti and Ye move like kings. Neither is quick to bow, and in their world, silence is a weapon. Still, the music world would love to see a reunion. A surprise set at Rolling Loud, a secret track drop, even a cryptic Instagram post could send shockwaves through the culture. Because whether you love or hate them, Kanye West and Playboi Carti together, that's lightning in a bottle. But for now, the bottle is sealed, and the storm is brewing quietly. In the end, the story of Kanye West and Playboi Carti isn't just about music. It's about art, ego, and the thin line between mentorship and rivalry. It's about what happens when two innovators collide, and neither one is willing to play the background. From Whole Lotta Red to Vultures, from love to distance. This story's not over, it's just paused. And maybe one day Carti and Ye will remind us what made their bond so iconic to begin with. Until then, we watch, we listen, we wait. Voice lowers. Let us know in the comments. Do you think the beef is real? Will they ever make music together again? Or has the bridge been burned for good? Like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more deep dives into the stories shaping hip-hop today.